Hello and welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had an amazing day. If not, that you will have an amazing day, depending on where around the world you find yourself. So thank you for being here with us today again on another debrief. This one's going to be for chapter 4. If you guys are curious or want to know what is the book, if you have not been following with us, it is Ask and It Is Given. This is Learning to Manifest Your Desires, and it is written by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So chapter 4 is named, How Can I Get There From Here? So basically, you know, for those of you that want a little fast forward, we are going to be learning on how to manifest our desires based on what this book says. And every single chapter is a chapter of discovery. Every chapter will give you a new perception on seeing things and how to go ahead and just manifest the things that you want. Not faster, but I guess I'd say the things that you truly want to manifest, because we're manifesting regardless, good or bad, positive or negative. Okay, so this one is basically saying, how can I get there from here? Here meaning the starting point. There meaning my desire. Okay, so how can I get to my desire from my starting point? And it says here, right? Perhaps we have heard the question we hear most often from our physical friends. I love that. Our physical friends is, why is it taking me so long to get what I want? And I know that I've been, you know, a victim of this myself. I've said that, you know, not specifically in those words, but it's like, I'm doing everything right. Or I did everything I was supposed to do. Or I've been doing this for this long and still nothing. Or I still don't see. Okay. And so here it says very clearly, the reason you have not already gotten what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational holding pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. So what does that mean? That means that even when I say, I did everything I was supposed to do and I still didn't get it. Or, you know, it's kind of like saying, in terms of how about this? Without words, I would say my emotions were sort of like, pressure, release, right? Pressure meaning I gotta get this done, I gotta do this. And then until when I'm done with all of this, I will find the release, which is me obtaining the desire that I want. Okay, I don't know if you guys follow with me, but I'm doing it this way because I feel like it's a way for maybe someone like myself taking the words out of it in terms of just trying to focus more of the feeling. Right? So for example, I need to get this done. I gotta get this done. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this. So it's pressure, release. Now, based on what it's saying here in terms of holding a vibrational pattern, that's why I'm bringing it to that with that visual so that we can understand this emotion, right? Pressure, release. What happens when you let go of a balloon? It goes skyrocketing, it goes up, right? It probably don't go skyrocketing, but it's like, point is it's going up. Okay, so now with the pressure is holding you down. Pressure is like a holder down, right? What happens to the rice when you put it in a pressure cooker? You're putting it in one compass, and you're putting so much pressure into this, it has nowhere to go. It's got to do what it's got to do, right? For example, the rice, it'll cook with so much pressure. But when it comes to us in our vibration, when we put ourselves in a pressure point, we are not actually receiving. We are actually not open to receiving the joy and the love and all of these other vibrations that will actually bring our desire. Now, I hope I didn't make that visual a little bit more confusing, but with what I'm trying to say is, when we see things or we even say things, right? Like, oh, I'm not good enough for this. Or I knew I wasn't going to get this, or I should have known, right? All of these are confirming words of what's already in you. That's why we're not getting the desires that we want, because it's already in you when you say, oh, but I did everything and I still didn't what? It means that you sort of knew ahead of time before you even started that you're probably going to put yourself through all of this and you probably were still not going to get it. So it is simply a reflection of the truth that you spoke when you started. Your truth is your truth. It's a yes or a no, I can or I can't. It is your truth. So you are manifesting the things that are true to you. So if before you even started, say for example, the desires to get married, but before you even really start walking towards that desire and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I'm a low life, I ain't got no job, I don't have this, I don't have that, I do I have only lasted 2 weeks, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Expect the not getting married in the future. Now, I don't want to put it that rough. I don't want to be that just straight, chopping up your dream. But I do want you to see how it really does work in the universe, or at least what I am understanding of how the universe really works. The universe is really going to give you what you want, not what your intentions are. You can have good intentions, right? Your intentions could be amazing on why you want to be a multi-million-dollar CEO. But if you keep thinking on the inside, who's going to follow me? I'm a nobody. In my alone time, I waste time. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Then this is the reason why you cannot get there from where you are. It's saying right here, how can I get there from here? It says right here, the reason you have not already gotten what you desire is because you are holding yourself. Okay, here we go, pressure. We're holding ourselves, right, into a vibrational holding pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire, right? If you want to get married, how does that married man or woman or whatever, okay, under the sun, how does that feel? Oh man, it sure doesn't feel like the man that's looking at himself or the woman or whatever is looking at themselves in the mirror talking about, I'm not good enough. It actually feels the difference. It feels loved. It feels more than good enough. It feels blessed. It feels honored. It feels so much more different. So there we go. It says, how can I get there from here? Well, first of all, change the here. Change the here, change the narrative of the here. Here right now, you may not have a job, but it doesn't mean that to get married in the journey, you won't get a job. It doesn't mean that maybe right now, you only have a history of dating someone for 2 weeks. It doesn't mean that that is a bad record and that you can't be happily married for 50, 60 till the end of your life. So I don't want to get too out of context with the book, but I do just want to, bring it back to what it's trying to say here. And what it's trying to say is that in order for you to get to where you want to go, you have to start from here. And here is the most important place because it's the now. And the only thing you can do to change or manipulate anything in your future is now. You can't wait an hour and manipulate your future. It's now. How are you feeling now? How are you showing up now? How are you thinking now? What are the things you're saying now? Are you embodying the person? Are you embodying the goal? Are you embodying the journey of what you got to go through to get there? So yeah, my love, is there anything else that you would like to share in terms of what did you get from this chapter and how it's helped you?
Definitely. Thank you, love. So what you said was just beautiful altogether with the whole pressure release, and if we, for me, definitely looking at this, it's really, and it says it here too, it boils down to basically get these releases. It's really just being able to really look at our thoughts. Because that's where a lot of it is coming from. And if if anyone was really paying attention to what Amber was saying, all that has to do with like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you saying to yourself? What are these thoughts telling you? And basically translating all together. Going back to that example with, I knew I wasn't going to get that. So you already had it in your mind. You know what I mean? You already had these thoughts, although you're trying to physically or go through these motions of creating and getting these things, but you're kind of already, putting yourself in a vibration of not, lack. You're not even going to get it all together. So this was definitely a beautiful chapter to really help us focus and just really zoom in on our emotions, our feelings. How are we feeling when we are trying to do something? Are we really just thinking of it in a sense of not having it, or are we really, like, you know, like you said, embodying the fact that, you know, how are we going to feel right now, as we know, like, you know what I mean, you know, like, this is what's coming for me, this is what I'm attracting, this is it, you know what I mean, not thinking about the past, but like you said, in the right now, like, this is it, this is about to happen for me. And it might not happen right away, honestly, sometimes it doesn't, but even though it doesn't happen the way you think it's supposed to happen and at the time it's supposed to happen, just know, oh, okay, yeah, that happened, yeah, I know it's still coming, like, you know what I mean, like, I'm not even gonna sweat it. It hasn't happened right now, but I know it's going to happen at the right time that it needs to happen, and really just embodying that instead of like, oh man, I knew that thing wasn't going to happen. You know what I mean? And then you're like, you already like crushed the whole dream. Like you spent all this time and energy, you know, trying to focus and embody something, and then you crush it. So really paying attention to the thoughts that we're having, and how we're vibrationally showing up for the things that we want to attract in our life, altogether. I think that's pretty much what this chapter was really speaking to me, in this type of sense, because honestly, you know, like this said, this book says, ask and it is given. So you just knowing that when you ask for something, it's going to be given, that right there, that should be your release right away. Like, I'm just gonna ask and it's gonna happen. Like, it might not happen when I want it to happen, like right then and there at that, you know, at 12 o'clock, but it's gonna be given. So like, you know what I mean? Just the pressure, you know what I mean? Pressure's off. It's all good. Like, we good. So that's kind of my summary on this chapter. Is there anything else you wanted to add to it?
You know what, love? I'm going to just add one more thing that's in here, probably two. Okay. And the reason is because as you were breaking it down and kind of, you know, touching on some of the things that I said in the book, it says something that I just wanted to kind of like a layer on top, right? Another little cherry on top to kind of show that there's a different perception, a whole different view, right? The way you explained it, the way I explained it. So this one, it says here, it says, you ask through your attention, through your wanting, through your desire. That is the asking. You do not have to use your words. You just have to feel it in your being. I desire this. I adore this. I appreciate this, and so on. That desire is the beginning of all attraction. So I wanted to just bring that because, once again, it's the same thing that both Misty and I just said. Mine's was, I don't know. I got to go back. I feel like mine was a weird explanation, but it made sense to me. And that's good because it means it's going to make sense to people that break things down like me. And Misty, you put it into words. So thank you, girl. I love it. You know, and here it's just another confirmation. We don't have to speak it. We think it, right? Like when you were saying, in terms of when we're going to get started with something, right? And we don't get to it. We started the whole process with already the lack of belief or the, you know, the lack of worth or the insecurity or whatever. It started off with something so wonky. So there's no good foundation. So we are going to attract exactly what we're saying, the insignificance of how we feel that we are, you know, or the reality of like, oh, I'm not worthy of this. So that's the truth, because we started with that truth, our inner truth, and we ended with that truth being visible to us. And that's what it says here. You ask through your attention, you ask through your wanting, through your desire. You do not have to use your words. So it just goes to show the strength and the power. It's just very empowering to know we truly have what it takes to create the life of our desires with a little bit of patience, you know? And then I guess the last thing that I will leave you guys with that this chapter said, and it says, to stand on the brink of what is coming, feeling eager, optimistic, anticipation, with no feeling of impatience, doubt, and unworthiness hindering the receiving of it. That is the science of deliberate creation. Deliberate creation meaning you are deliberately, intentionally choosing the thoughts, the attention, your focus, you know, the people. It's you're deliberately creating this for you. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. You should be feeling eager, optimistic, and the anticipation. You should not be feeling doubt, unworthiness, or impatience, you know, kind of like Missy and I were both saying. You want to be able to not be pressure, 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 release. It should be release, release, open vessel, allowing in and allowing out, you know. And when you're feeling in doubt, you're not allowing in, you're only out. I feel doubtful, I feel scared, I feel this, I feel that. Oh, you'll be okay. Let's do some deep breathing. No, deep breathing ain't gonna work, right? It's just, I'm trying to show the example of what pressure is and why actually the release and the being open is definitely going to be that magnifying factor to attracting the things that you want. So my love, I really appreciate you kind of letting me take the last word here. If there's anything else that you would like to add. No? Perfect.
No, there's nothing else, but thank you. Yeah. So definitely want to just thank everyone that is here with us once more. We have more of this coming for you all. So definitely share what you all have taken away from this chapter. We love to kind of learn from each other. This is a beautiful community to just really just open up and embrace you know, just take in everything that we can as far as just sharing the knowledge and wisdom and all this goodness all together, and just let it all translate and helping us all really become better and more empowered as far as creating the life that we want all together, really just making this experience really beautiful and amazing. So you will see us in the next episode for chapter 5, and until then, have a great day, everyone.